There's getting older and feeling older. And then there's getting older and feeling younger than ever. That's the promise behind a new class of compounds called peptides, which researchers and physicians are calling one of the most powerful tools for feeling better than you ever have. They're being used for skincare, so you look 30 at 50, muscle growth and weight loss, so you can train harder without needing a week to recover, and mental sharpness, so you can feel that spark you had in your early 20s. While not all peptides are FDA approved, as a board-certified physician specializing in integrative and cellular medicine for the past decade, I can tell you this: some are overhyped, but others actually work. In this video, I'm going to explain the peptides that truly address aging, what they are, how they work, and which ones can amplify your life. Let's dive in. For centuries, humans have desired to stay young as long as possible. And chances are, you've tried too. Maybe you lift weights a few times a week to keep your muscles strong. Or you do intermittent fasting. You might have even tried anti-aging supplements with names you can barely pronounce. But you still wake up tired. You still don't feel like yourself from 10 years ago. And no matter how clean you eat or how many miles you log, you can't quite shake that feeling that time is winning. So what's going on? Most of the things we do for our health are like cleaning the outside of a house while the pipes inside are rusting. They help, but they don't fix the deeper problem, because the deeper problem starts inside your cells. As you get older, your cells start to collect damaged parts, old proteins, and cellular junk that builds up over time. This buildup slows everything down, like your metabolism, your hormones, and even your ability to repair and regenerate, which is why issues like insulin resistance, low testosterone, or thyroid imbalances start to show up. Your body does have a built-in cleaning system to handle this. It's called autophagy. Autophagy is like your body's cellular recycling program, removing damaged components so your cells can function at their best. But as you age, this system begins to slow down because your cells are stuck in a cycle of stress. Nutrient depletion is one of the biggest contributors. Even if you're eating organic or nutrient-dense foods, the decline in soil quality over the years has stripped our food of the vitamins and minerals all cells need to function. But it doesn't just stop with food quality. Cellular inflammation, triggered by oxidative stress and poor metabolic health, makes it harder for your cells to absorb the nutrients they do get. Mitochondrial dysfunction adds to that problem. Your mitochondria, the energy factories for your cells, start to break down under the pressure of oxidative stress and inflammation. Without energy, your cells can't activate autophagy or repair themselves, let alone create enough ATP for you to live your life or feel 10 years younger. It's a vicious cycle. Damaged cells create more inflammation, which blocks nutrient absorption, which leads to even more stress. This is why traditional methods, working out, eating clean, or doing steady-state cardio aren't enough. Yes, they help you feel a little better, but they don't create the deeper metabolic shift need to turn autophagy back on. In fact, eating nutrient-dense foods like kale signals to your body that nutrients are already available to the blood, which can suppress autophagy completely, even though those nutrients can't get into your cells in the first place because of cellular stress. This is why you never quite get that feeling of cutting 10 years off your age, no matter how healthy you try to be. But you do get that feeling with peptides. Peptides work at the cellular level to target root causes of stress, helping your cells repair, regenerate, and finally activate the process that traditional approaches can't. Compared to traditional methods, peptides are targeted. This means they find specific biological systems in your body that are causing the root problem. For example, if you have low energy issues, peptides will directly target the mitochondria in your body to produce more energy. Or if you have toxins building up in your body, peptides will specifically work on the oxidative stress to slow down the process at the source. But not every peptide works on every individual. You need to find your perfect peptide protocol that works for your body, because peptides come in different categories. And the most common one starts with your hormones. These are the growth hormone releasing peptides. After your mid-20s, your body's natural production of human growth hormone starts to decline. And as it drops, you start noticing things like you don't sleep as deeply, recovery takes longer, or your body composition shifts. To fix this, you need growth hormone peptides that can work with your body's own systems to restore what time has quietly taken away. The first peptide in this category triggers your body's natural reset button. It's one of the most well-researched peptides that works directly with your pituitary gland, the gland that controls the hormone production and signals it to release more of your own natural growth hormone. It's called sermorelin. Sermorelin doesn't introduce foreign hormones into your body. It reminds your body how to do what it already knows how to do. For example, it supports IGF-1 production, also called insulin-like growth factor 1, which is responsible for tissue repair, muscle growth, and cellular regeneration. When IGF-1 is optimized, your body becomes significantly better at rebuilding itself after stress, injury, or just the wear and tear of daily life. People who use sermorelin often report waking up feeling genuinely rested for the first time in years. Recovery after workout improves noticeably. And over time, the body starts renewing itself at a cellular level. If Sermorelin is the reset button, Ipamorelin and CJC12985 are the precision duo that keeps everything optimized around the clock. These two peptides are almost always used together and work on different parts of the same process. Together, they create a sustained optimization of your body's natural growth hormone rhythm. With this rhythm, you get deep sleep, your muscles recover faster, and you get a general sense of vitality that's hard to put into words until you experience it for yourself. Athletes use it to stay on top of their performance. People in their 40s, 50s, and 60s use it to feel like they're operating in their 30s again. And researchers continue to study its effect on anti-aging. Growth peptides are powerful, but they work at the hormonal level. Anti-aging is strongly linked to genetics, so you need to go one layer deeper to reverse aging. Every day, your DNA gets hit by sunlight, stress, pollution, the food you eat, and even just the normal process of cells dividing and replicating. Your body has built-in repair systems to handle this, but just like autophagy, just like growth hormone production, those repair systems slow down as you age. For this, you need a second repair category of peptides, the DNA damage repair peptides. Peptide in this category is your body's master repair signal. It's also one of the most studied peptides in longevity science. It's a naturally occurring copper peptide, meaning it's bound to copper, a mineral your body already uses for hundreds of biological processes. If you haven't guessed it yet, it's GHK copper. GHK copper influences the expression of over 4,000 human genes, most of them involved in tissue repair, inflammation control, and cellular regeneration. At the skin and tissue level, GHK copper is a collagen production powerhouse. Collagen is the structural protein that keeps your skin firm and your tissues resilient. After your 30s, collagen production drops by roughly 1% every year. GHK copper helps reverse that decline by activating the fibroblast cells responsible for producing new collagen and elastin. After taking this peptide, your injuries will heal faster and your skin will feel more elastic. If you want something that works at the DNA level itself, Epitalon is the one. It's a synthetic tetrapeptide originally developed by Russian scientist Dr. Vladimir Kavasin after decades of research into aging. Epitalon works by activating an enzyme called telomerase. It is the enzyme responsible for rebuilding and maintaining telomere length. In doing so, it essentially slows down one of the most fundamental clocks of biological aging. Epitalon can extend the lifespan of cells, reduce the accumulation of senescent cells, and support the deep kind of DNA integrity that keeps your body functioning the way it should as you age. People who use Epitalon often feel more balanced during the day and notice a steadiness in their energy that they hadn't had felt in years. You get peptides that work at the hormonal level. You also have peptides that work at the genetic level. What about the mitochondrial or autophagy problem we talked about earlier? Is there any peptides that can work at the mitochondrial level where traditional approaches like fasting don't? Yes, that's the third category we have, which is mitochondrial health peptides. And the first one on that list is MOT-SC. Unlike most peptides, MOT-SC is not synthetic in origin. It's actually encoded with the mitochondrial DNA itself. Your cells produce it naturally. Or at least they used to produce it more of it when you were younger. MOT-SC works primarily by activating an enzyme called AMPK, or AMP activated protein kinase. AMPK is your body's master energy sensor. When it's activated, your cells switch into highly efficient mode. They start burning fuel more cleanly, removing damaged components more aggressively, and prioritizing repair over storage. This is the direct link back to autophagy. AMPK activation is one of the primary triggers for the cellular cleanup process. When MOT-SC activates AMPK, it essentially flips the switch that fasting was only partially reaching. The cleaning crew finally has the power it needs to actually show up and do the job. When this happens, you achieve stable blood sugar levels throughout the day, better performance during workouts, and a level of metabolic resistance that makes your body generally better at handling the physical demands you put on it. Now, if MOT-SC is the efficiency upgrade, there's one more peptide that acts protecting the shield of your mitochondria, and it's SS31. SS31 is a synthetic tetrapeptide that targets the inner membrane of the mitochondria, which is exactly where the ATP production happens. It binds to a molecule called cardiolipin. Cardiolipin is a specialized lipid found almost exclusively on the inner membrane of the mitochondria, and it plays a critical structural role. It anchors the proteins responsible for ATP generation. When cardiolipin becomes damaged or oxidized, the entire process becomes unstable. The mitochondrial swells, energy output drops, and the oxidative damage spreads outward into the rest of the cell. This is one of the core mechanisms of both cellular aging and serious disease. Mitochondrial dysfunction linked to cardiolipin damage has been documented in heart failure, neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, ischemia, and a wide range of metabolic disorders. SS31 works by binding directly to cardiolipin and stabilizing the inner membrane. By doing so, it allows ATP production to recover and sustain itself at levels that actually power the repair processes your body depends on. This is why after taking SS31, you feel better, your energy levels improve, you generally stay young, both from the inside and outside. Peptides are powerful tools, and research backs that up. But not all peptides are created equal. Some come from unverified sources with no quality controls, no precise dosing, no medical oversight. That's where the risk lives. When used correctly, under the supervision of trained physicians who actually understand your biology, peptides become something different entirely. Not a protocol you follow, a targeted intervention built around what's happening inside your cells right now. At Vive, we don't hand you a generic peptide stack. We start by looking at your blood work, your cellular health markers, and the specific biological signals your body is sending. That data tells us where your cells are struggling, where the aging process has gained ground, and exactly what your biology needs to push back. From there, we build something that's entirely yours, because two people with the same age can have the same symptoms and can have completely different things happening at the cellular level, and the approach should reflect that. This is why our patients don't just feel better, they feel like a more functional version of themselves, because we're addressing the right things in the right order for their specific biology. Now you know that aging isn't just something that's happening to you over time, it's happening inside you, at the level of your cells, your DNA, your mitochondria, and the signals are already there, written in your biology, long before you feel them. It's exactly why the answers can't be generic. What's driving your aging isn't the same as what's driving someone else's, and the approach has to reflect that. Slowing it down starts with understanding what's actually happening inside your biology and building from there. If you want to know what that looks like for you, the link is in the description below.